2021, and we need your support. So when you came in, you might have seen kind of a group of people up there with these cards. Right now, what we need is we need to get community support. We need to show them that we have more support than some of our competitors like Ottawa, who thinks they have it in the bag already. So basically, you'll see a few other athletes. There's a few other Olympians in the room today. We have Alec Elliott, our swimmer, and Alec Jeunesse, our track athlete, who are kind of going to be around. They're actually up there in the corner signing autographs, and they are probably going to go around and ask you to sign one of these if you haven't already. So basically, we're trying to get a few names on here, and then if you are interested in being involved when we do get the games as a volunteer, a sponsor, or maybe you're an artist, we just need to know that ahead of time. So thank you very much for your support, and let's go Titans!
Let's hear it one more time for Canadian Olympian Mandy Bujold. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium, where tonight it's exciting National Basketball League of Canada action as the visiting Orangeville A's take on your KW Titans. We'll have your starting lineups in a moment, but first, to honor Canada, we ask that you please stand and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be performed by Emily Weir.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Let's hear it for Emily Weir. Tonight's officials for your contest, Mr. Dave Maxson, Mr. Vern Bovell, and Mr. Ryan Bissonnette. And now here are your starting lineups. First for the visitors on the scoreboard, wearing red, the Orangeville A's. A 6'5" guard from Louisville, Kentucky, number 2, Rick Bottom.
It was almost a month ago that the Orangeville A's spoiled the KW Titans inaugural season opening party here at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. But tonight the Titans get another crack in front of their home fans at the team from Orangeville, as they are here to try and improve their record to plus 500. Ian Jodry and Adam Jackson here with you live from Kitchener. Once again, the A's in town taking on the Titans. And Adam, this team has certainly a different look in more ways than one. Of course, the release of Orlando Coleman takes an effect on the team scoring-wise, but they have a big weapon in their back pocket now in Paul Cooper.
Exactly, yeah. The release of Orlando Coleman is definitely a big move for the team, and sort of a culture change as well. This is a team that definitely wants to move the ball around. Speaking to Stu Julius, the GM, he didn't want that, or he didn't want shooters. He wanted people passing the ball, and that's exactly the opposite of what Coleman wanted, which is what led to his release.
Of course, the team coming off a narrow margin of victory at the WFCU Center a couple days ago. It was Adam Blazek who hit the go-ahead floater with 5 seconds to go as the Titans snapped a 3-game losing skid. He came out on top against the Windsor Express 88-86. Mentioned, of course, Paul Cooper, a big weapon. He's making his 4th appearance tonight, and so far the numbers have just been increasing with each game. 5 in scoring, 10 points, and then most recently 18 in that last game in Windsor.
You can tell with those numbers that he is steadily improving. From what I understand, he's still not 100% with his toe injury, and he's still working back from that. But you can tell, he's getting into the swing of things, and he's coming up to full speed pretty quickly here.
Of course, Cooper will get the spot in the starting lineup. Starting five for the Titans: Jamel Harris, Adam Blazek, AJ Davis, Adam Wing, and Paul Cooper. Means Cavell Johnson will get some looks off the bench, something that we haven't seen a whole lot of this season. But one thing that you can imagine that Coach Langus and his squad will be looking for is a strong start out of the gates, and we talked about that before tip-off.
Exactly, yeah. They have been nothing short of pitiful earlier in the game this season, and that's definitely something that they're going to have to address. And I've talked to Serge Langus, the head coach of the Titans, about that before, and he said it's really just getting into the mindset, just getting ready for the game. We were talking earlier, obviously, in the fourth quarter they've actually been doing well, but it takes them a little while to get there. And that's really it's going to come down to a strong start of the gate and keeping that momentum and not getting too comfortable, which is another thing that Serge Langus has been preaching to this team.
The A's coming to this one at 4-4, which is good enough for second in the Central Division. Besides London, who's sitting at the top, the rest of the division has been 500 or lower, so certainly within reach for this KW Titans squad, who finds himself sitting in the fourth spot, about a game ahead of the Windsor Express. Not to mention the A's come here just with a 1-3 road record. Their only win away from Athlete Institute came here on Boxing Day. This is a team that is certainly beatable for the KW Titans. Saw last game, Orangeville did come out on top.
This is definitely going to be an impact game for the Titans. Coming off of a win to break that losing streak and bring their record to 3-6. Now they can sort of inch closer to that 500 mark and hopefully get some momentum behind them as they head into to the stretch of the season and head into the East Coast trip that's coming up just in February here.
Yeah, not to mention the Titans. They're playing 2 games in 3 nights. They're back here against the division-leading London Lightning on Thursday. And in Orangeville 3 days after that. And as you mentioned, they got an East Coast trip coming up in early February. The Titans win the tip, and right away, poking that one for the steal was Justin Moss. He's been very dangerous this year, one of the top scorers and the leading rebounder in the entire country. Bodiford lost on the floor. Diving for it was Davis. The Titans come away with it. Blazek kicks out to Wing. Blazek back up top, had an open look, but kicks it to Wing. His 3 is good. One of the big things that you want to maintain if you're the Titans is that composure. Stay calm. Oftentimes when we see them get scoring bunches in the early stages, they often end up panicking and can lead to turnovers. But so far, they forced 2 of their own to open this one. Blazek again. Harris a long 2. Won't go. Harris, 20-foot J is off the mark. So far, the Titans holding them at bay to start this one off. Davis, the transition triple, is way off the mark. 2 low percentage jump shot looks. The Titans starting to settling in their opening possessions, but fortunately enough for them, Orangeville has turned it over twice and also come up short on their only field goal attempt. 3-0 KW early. Wing watched by Bodiford as it's Blazek outside. Tries the entry pass to Cooper, and you could see he was draped all over by the defender, Justin Moss, but Wing tried to force the issue anyways, and it leads to a KW turnover.
We talked earlier about the Titans and their focus on passing and finding the open man no matter who it is, and you see that go both ways. You see it result in turnovers, and you see it result in good opportunities as well. That's something where as they sort of mature as a group and as they get to know each other's tendencies, that will get a little bit better. But right now, like it seems like they're a little bit out of sync, and they have been all season.
Can certainly say that they haven't found their rhythm yet. And that's really showed in the early stages of games so far, as Lear Hollis Jefferson knocks down number 1. Follow up, and Titans able to grab the rebounds. They hold Jefferson to just 1. Davis short pass inside, and it's nice to have Cooper back in the lineup, but they've tried to force 2 passes to him in the post that just simply haven't been there. It's resulted in 2 turnovers early on. No real damage yet, though, just about 2 minutes in. Blazek misses the pull-up triple. They continue to settle for some long jump shots. Orangeville with a chance to take their first lead. Jefferson passes out of the shot and hits Tipping up top. Tipping the bounce pass down low. Moss can't finish. The A's certainly having a problem scoring in the early stages. Davis thought about it. It's Harris for the short jumper, and he'll get the friendly roll. Harris getting those first points of the evening. He had 8 points his last appearance versus Orangeville. Triple from Bodiford, no good, but the offensive rebound, second chance. Bodiford from downtown again won't go. And that time Cooper there to secure the rebound. See the Titans try and slow down the pace here and get something going offensively, up 5-1. Wing against Bodiford, hits Blazek. Wing. Looks for the entry pass, Cooper into the corner. Davis 3, knocks it down. A good ball movement that time. Cooper getting his first touches on the home court. Looked like he had a pretty good mismatch down low, but an even better look in the corner for Davis.
You can see in that last shot by the Titans, Cooper pointed out Davis right away and told everybody, hey, this guy's open. So you can tell that he's into it, and you can tell that he's sort of in tune with what the program is.
That time he draws the foul on the baseline drive. It looks like it's going to go on Justin Moss. That's certainly a guy that the Titans would love to see pick up some early fouls. We mentioned Moss has been very hot. 24 plus points in his last 3 games. Last time that the A's faced off against the Titans in Orangeville, 24 points and 15 boards. 5 on the shot clock, and Davis's floater is way out of the reach of Cooper. Tipping in transition, pass intercepted. The A's continue to turn the ball over. Titans trying to make him pay now. Davis, the transition drive, lost the basketball. The Titans maintain possession. No new shot clock, though, so it's at 12. Here's Blazek. Wing the drive, throws it up with the right hand, but can't get the roll. Bodiford thought about it. Watched tightly by Blazek. And Moss off the mark on jump shot from the free throw line. The A's just 1 point for the first 5 minutes of this one. Certainly a frustrating time for Coach Lasofsky and his team, who had the Titans number the last time they were in the building. Harris steps back for 2 and knocks it down. A 10-1 run to start the game for the Titans. Talk about hot starts. This is exactly what you want if you're KW. Take advantage of those turnovers.
They must have heard us talking before the game.
Moss's move inside didn't even get a shot off. Bodiford's follow-up is high off the glass and into the first field goal of the game from the A's. And it took 5.5 minutes. Harris, contested 3. Way off the mark, and the follow-up from Cooper. A big one-hand throwdown. Step back 2, no good from Harris. They continue to play solid defense. Halfway through the first quarter, and so far all Titans in this one. Just one field goal for the A's in the early stages. When Wing loses the basketball on the baseline, sweeping away was Jefferson one-on-one with Cooper. Left-hand finish is good. It's been a fast-paced first quarter as well. I believe 2 foul calls, one that's resulted in free throws. But besides that, there are plenty of bodies in front of the scorer's table waiting to check in. Blazek draws into the double team, but somehow finds the space and finishes with the left hand. A 14-5 run to start the game for KW. And then the interception. Adam Wing thought about the pick six, but instead Blazek with the left hand again gets the roll. 2 beautiful moves inside from Blazek. And it's a 16-5 KW run. A double-digit lead by the first media timeout. What a start for the Titans.
Yeah, with that Blazek two-pointer, that's that's everybody on the floor that's played for the Titans so far has found a place on the scoreboard. So we were talking earlier about how they focused on that balanced attack, and they focused on getting the ball to anybody that's open, and that's a perfect example right there. Just looking through the stats, if you look at the scoring per game, the Titans don't have a single player on the top 20 list in scoring per game. But they've still been able to average 103-point-something points per game. So they've obviously been able to put up the points. They're not anywhere close to the league lead in points scored, but they're still able to put them up with that strategy. So we'll see if that works out for them. But obviously, so far in this game, everybody's got their touches and everybody's had a chance to pitch in.
And that seems to be the kind of system that you think head coach Serge Langus and the rest of that Titans coaching staff wants implemented here in KW. Certainly after we saw guys like Orlando Coleman come out hot, they were firing, leading the league, one of the top scorers, and suddenly things started to change. We saw the scoring distribute a bit more. The losses started to pile up. Of course, they dropped well below 500 for a bit, but now at 3-6, things are starting to turn around, and Paul Cooper a big reason. But you're certainly right, Adam. One of the big reasons for that is sharing the basketball, and they've done a great job with it. 16-5, 5:08 remaining in the opening quarter, and a couple new bodies on for KW. Cavell Johnson in,
as well as Kevin Foster out there. Foster replaced Orlando Coleman on the roster. He's actually a childhood friend of Paul Cooper, and that's how he sort of made his connection with the team.
Foster, Tremar Sutherland, and Cavell Johnson, fresh bodies out there for KW. 5 to go in the first quarter. Bodiford cuts through, and nice touch off the glass and in. Oh, and then Johnson goes down immediately, holding that right knee. That did not look good. And they're going to whistle the play down back there.
That
right
does
off
not
the
look good at all.
Right off the inbound. Maybe he took a hard cut in one direction. Regardless, Paul Cooper is going to have his work cut out for him in his 4th game back from injury. He'll come on in place of Johnson, but bad news there. Johnson down on the floor. Trainer's out. Taking a look at him, of course, Johnson just seconds onto the floor playing against his old team. It's been 3 seasons with the A's, 2 in Brampton, 1 in Orangeville. And averaged about 12 points a game in his last season with the A's. Favoring that right knee.
Yeah, you always get concerned when you're talking about knee injuries. It's nice that he's able to get off mostly on his own steam there. It's definitely a concern to the Titans. Cavell Johnson's been a big part of the team so far, especially filling in for Paul Cooper.
Cooper back into the game, lost the ball on the floor. A loose ball, still no signal from the refs. Several bodies flying, and eventually there's going to call for the jump ball. See which way the possession arrow is going to favor the A's. Turnover number 6 for KW. The drive, the left hand, and the finish that time from Rahir Jefferson. Orangeville trying to climb their way back in. Of course, the Titans led by double digits heading into that opening timeout. Seems to have slowed down their momentum a bit. Davis tries to cut against the grain. Cooper, Blazik, 3-ball, no good. A's have scored in their last 2 possessions. Harris drops it off for Jefferson. Jefferson tries to do it himself, and he'll get the finish. No, in and out. DiLoretto also set to check in for Orangeville. Corner 3 from Sutherland, off the mark. Harris, long pass ahead, finds Joseph, but he can't finish in close. Second try, and Cooper forced to foul Dan Tulloch, who was going in hard. Cooper picks up the foul, and that will allow Tremeke Sutherland, Greg Morrow, and best news of all, Cavell Johnson already back on the floor. Keep an eye on that.
Definitely a good sign for the Titans there. He went down in a heap. It's nice to see him back up there. It looks like he's still sort of favoring that knee, but he looks like he's ready to go out there and get after that ball.
Tulloch at the line goes 1 for 2. His first trips to the free throw line all season. And Tremeke drops off Foster. Tries to push off the defender, but can't get it to go. Stolen by Tremar. He has Morrow. The behind the back dribble leaves it for Tremeke. And the pass for Morrow out of bounds, but last touched by a red jersey, so it'll remain Titans basketball with 18 on the shot clock. Sutherland, short pass. Johnson, the finish, and the foul. Welcome back to the floor, Cavell Johnson. Right off the inbound, finishes the layup, and he'll have a chance at a 3-point play. Johnson, the 69% free throw shooter, knocks that one down. Titans lead back up to 9. Tulloch leaves it for Nick Wiggins, getting his first touches of the day. DiLoretto watched by Morrow. Tries to float that one inside, but a nice job by Tremar. Sutherland get out there and poke the ball loose. Tremeke coast to coast, and the finish. Titans lead hits double digits off the steal and finish from Tremeke Sutherland. Johnson starts it, and Tremeke gets his first points of the evening. Pass inside, and the finger roll finish from Tulloch. Orangeville has been right there ever since that timeout. Clawed themselves back within 9 points here in the final 2.5 minutes of the opening quarter. Tremeke, short pass, Johnson into the corner. Tremar, 3-ball, is good. Tremar Sutherland had just 4 points in his last game, but there's something against playing against Orangeville that's been a little different. He had a season-high 17 in his last game against the A's. DiLoretto drive to the hoop, and Tremar ends up getting called for the block. He doesn't like that. Tried to draw the charge, but it looks like he was moving, so DiLoretto will be rewarded with a pair of free throws. DiLoretto knocks that one in. Now a perfect 11 for 11 at the free throw line this season, a perfect 100%. Jake Anderson into the game as Troy Joseph checks out for Orangeville. Titans still maintaining that double-digit lead. 2 minutes to go in the first. Tremeke. Foster, pump fake 3. The drive throws it up, and that results in a pair of free throws. It's Kevin Foster in his first game at the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. Good job grinding straight to the hoop and gets a pair at the line. Foster good on number one. Just the one game in the National Basketball League of Canada tonight. The A's are on the front end of a back-to-back. Morrow, the one-hand finish off another steal. Turnovers really piling up in this first quarter for Orangeville, particularly in the early stages. Now it might lead to another one, but it's going to remain Orangeville basketball. But keep that aggressiveness coming defensively, Adam, and good things are going to happen. They've found a way to get in what seems like every passing lane.
Exactly, and you know that was kind of my concern when the Titans took the lead, that they would become lax defensively on the ball, which is what they've done in the past. But obviously, you know, they're putting an effort on both sides, and definitely, you know, you saw that from Morrow there. As soon as he scored that basket, he was hustling back and you know, getting right in that lane.
Wiggins, the reverse, no good, but Tulloch there for the big two-hand putback, and then the Titans turn it over themselves. Johnson passed off the mark for Tremeke Sutherland, and things have quickly changed. Orangeville scores on the offensive rebound and gets the ball back and a fresh shot clock. Wiggins again gonna try against Johnson, but it looked like Johnson got a piece of it. Final minute. Foster, the drive, right hand, won't get the roll, loose ball, and Morrow has it, and a fresh 24 for KW. Tremeke gets the screen from Johnson. Foster tries for three, but can't get it to go. About a 15-second differential game clock, shot clock. Let's see if Orangeville tries to go 2 for 1. Tipping three ball is no good. So now the 6-second differential, looks like they're trying to do just that. Tremeke watched by Anderson. Shot clock winds down to 5. Tremeke got the screen from Johnson. Kick out. Foster has to put a shot up as the shot clock expires. It won't go. And now an open lane of the hoop for Tulloch. Tremar trying to get back in defense, and he missed the layup. Good hustle by Tremar Sutherland, as there was no one between Dan Tulloch and the hoop. Had a chance at a buzzer beater layup to end the first quarter, but instead it's the Titans 28, the A's 16, up by 12 after the first. Based on how things have been going for the Titans this season, this is very, very good news.
Yeah, this is a very positive sign. Obviously, you know, they still have a little bit more time to go and to hold this lead, but you know, a lot of the other games that we've seen so far, you know, they've given up this lead by now, or given up a decent chunk of it. So obviously, you know, some strong play offensively, some good balance play, some smart passing, and like we mentioned earlier, some really smart and strong defensive play as well.
The defense has certainly been an early difference for KW. They forced 8 turnovers in the opening 12 minutes, and they ended up scoring 12 points off of those turnovers. And no one's gotten over 4 points on the entire KW roster. Harris with 4, Blazek with 4, and the rest has been distributed very well. Everyone who's gotten minutes so far has scored, as you mentioned, Adam. That trend has continued all the way to the end of the first quarter. 12 points off turnovers is the story in that first quarter. Titans jumped out to a big lead early on. It was as big as 9-1, and then they got the lead as high as 14 just a few moments ago. Back onto the floor for the second quarter.
So on the topic of Kevin Foster, we were talking about before the game. Obviously, the Titans picked him up to replace Orlando Coleman's spot. Kind of an interesting history with him. He's fourth on the all-time list for Division I 3 points made in his career at 431. So obviously some potential there. He played a little bit in Turkey, went undrafted in 2013. But coming into this game, he's yet to nail his first basket. He does have a free throw.
Picks up the charge. But it'll be very interesting to see if they're able to get that three-point groove going for him. That doesn't seem to be the real reason why you bring on a player of his stature, but anytime that you can get size and scoring out of a player in this league, big things for a ball club. Anderson leaves for Di Loretto. Shamik still on the floor. On a good first quarter playing in relief. Tipping the crossover, the three, and nails it. Jamison Tipping has been with the Ace franchise for a while, but was plagued by a lot of injuries last year and has watched his scoring production dip with each year. Nice pass inside, but Sutherland caught it and landed. And it was intended to be a quick release layup, but instead it gets called for the travel. It's Orangeville basketball. Di Loretto over to Tipping. Off the big three, tries to get the push off from Greg Morrow and force the issue inside. Loose ball. And all the Titans are saying that it was cleanly off Tipping and out, but it will stay A's basketball with 5 on the shot clock. Float the pass up to Tipping. 3 on the shot clock. I don't think he realizes it. Puts one up from deep, but can't get it to go. Good defensive stand there. Johnson had him one-on-one. Morrow and Tremik a little back and forth. Tremik the spin move in the paint and another travel. It's back-to-back traveling calls against the Sutherland brothers. A couple turnovers to start the second quarter for KW. Moss had the screen set there for Tremik, and then on the other end, Tipping drills back-to-back 3 balls, 28-22. The lead has been cut down. The Titans led by 12 at the break of the first quarter. Now that leads down to just 6. 2-possession game. Johnson leaves it for Morrow. Tremar. Outside, Tremik, his try from 3-point range is good. Tremik Sutherland, a quick start for him. He's got 5 points. Tipping lost the ball on the floor in the corner. Might have had a clean shot otherwise. Moss against Cooper. Pass down low and taken away. Paul Cooper forced the turnover. Now Tremik already had one end-to-end drive in this game, looking for another. Kicks out to Tremar. Tremar lost the ball on the floor, dives for it. Finds Morrow, pull up from the free throw line, passes out of the shot, and Cooper, a nice spin move and finishes on the baseline layup. Jamel Harris also set the check back in for Kitchener-Waterloo. Tipping, lost the ball on the floor. Cooper dives short and another turnover forced by Paul Cooper. Tremik ahead to Morrow, the nice pump fake, throws it up, and a pair of free throws coming up for Greg Morrow.
Jamison Tipping took a little while to get up there. He seems to have injured his ankle or some sort of lower body injury. He's able to sort of jog it up there. Obviously, that's a good sign for the A's. He's definitely a key cog in their system.
Big part in that starting lineup, and hit back-to-back threes earlier in this quarter, but now he'll head to the bench and try and recover. Appears to be holding around that rib cage on the left side.
I imagine when you go down with Paul Cooper, just about everything hurts.
Some big guys colliding as Morrow drills number 1. a 65% free throw shooter on the year, as goes 2 for 2. Blazek, Wing, and Harris all back into the game for the Titans. Pass straight up in the air, and it's Wing who's right there and forces yet another Kitchener-Waterloo turnover. Blazek into the corner for Morrow. Cooper. Little crossover, passes out. Wing the drive. Harris left all alone for the straightaway 2. Knocks down the J. Terrific ball movement leads to the biggest Titans lead of the night, 15, as they're up 37-22. Just one win at home so far in franchise victory. It came in overtime against the Lightning. They've now played every Central Conference team here on their home courts. Their second try against the A's, of course. Orangeville came in and came back to win the game in the fourth quarter, the inaugural opener on Boxing Day. Titans up 15. Davis gonna check into the game as Morrow appears to be nursing that right hand as he heads off again. He was plagued by injuries earlier in the season. Another big piece, of course, a draft pick out of University of Western Ontario. Spent time with the Mustangs. 3 off the mark from Harris. Cooper gets the screen for Davis. Wing, baseline drive, kicks back up top. Cooper, Harris, another long 2. Can't get that one to fall. Here, Jefferson. Pass inside. Moss off the mark on the layup. The Titans have really controlled the pace here in the second quarter. Haven't been rushing offensively. Davis, a nice drive, but Harris, another nice follow-up, also no good. Gonna roll out of bounds. Kitchener-Waterloo ball and a fresh shot clock. Kevin Foster gonna check back in. Cooper checks out. Two, of course, grew up together in the Tampa, Florida area. Wing to Foster, the move in the paint, and he'll go to the line again. Foster earns his second trip to the free throw line, and you can already tell that looks like something that he'll be looking to do often. Foster the front rim on number 1. Harris gets the screen, straight, easy lane of the hoop, and the finish. A little too easy that time for Anthony Harris. Had no one between him and the basket, and then Blazek turned the ball over. 4-on-1 for the A's. Layup from Rick Bodiford. And Coach Langus has seen enough. He calls a timeout. And Kitchener-Waterloo lead has been cut down to 12, so still lots of breathing room, but can't let things unravel here in the middle stages. That's where things have been a problem this year for KW.
Yeah, this is definitely a smart time to take a timeout and sort of reset that defense. You know, it's a defense that is literally the worst in the league. They're at number 10 in points allowed per game at 107. It is a high-scoring league. You know, you look at the scoring leaders and they're around 113 points, but 107 points per game. You're not going to win very many games if you're giving up 107 points per game.
Not on a consistent basis either. That's another thing. That's the average. 107 so far. They're on pace for that. 38 from KW so far. Played just under 18 minutes of basketball. Once again, it's Tuesday night, National Basketball League of Canada action live on YouTube. Ian Jodry, and glad to have Adam Jackson back in the booth with us. The Titans seek to get back on the road closer to 500. 3-6, of course. Just snapped that 3-game losing skid. A big night for Titans fans. Paul Cooper making his first appearance here at the auditorium. 3 appearances on the road so far. One of them against Orangeville. Harris, Foster, Wing, Blazik, and Davis back onto the court for KW, fresh off the timeout. Turnovers have started to mount on both sides. A combined 22 between these two teams. So far it's been the Titans making them pay with 16 points off the loose basketballs. Blazik, tight 3, and he knocks it down.
That's the Titans' fifth third three-pointer in 12 attempts. Obviously, good percentage there, and they're looking to definitely improve on their three-point percentage. They're only at about 30% this season.
Harris the steal, and they continue to mount for the Titans. Davis, little hesitation, leaves it for Foster. Pull up for the long 2, knocks it down. Foster out of Fresno State, making his first appearance for the Titans since the release of Orlando Coleman. And that time drawing the foul was Harris. Foul number 2 on Foster, and that'll earn him a spot on the bench. Cavell Johnson. And now you can really start to see that big man rotation take effect with Cooper, Johnson, the newly added Foster. It's a luxury that's awfully nice to have as a coach after the injury bug plagues you for the first month or so of the season. Bodiford, the drive, can't finish. And it's Blazik there for the board. He's done a great job eating up glass so far today. Wing wants some help from Davis, almost lost it, forced to throw it off him and out as he falls into the courtside seats. Coach Losofsky does not like the call, but here it looked like Davis made a nice athletic play to maintain possession, but they need to drop something quick. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson right off the inbound is off the mark. Joseph for 3, no good. Easy follow-up, no one there to box out. 6'5", Rick Bodiford easily puts it home. Titans still holding on to that 15-point cushion, mainly because of the struggles of Orangeville in this second quarter. Blazik, the baseline drive, throws it up, but can't get the roll. Left hand, and off the mark was Jefferson. Davis, easy pass to Harris. He juggled the basketball a bit and then misses. Harris looks like he was looking up at the rim before he had 2 hands on the ball. It results in an empty possession for Kitchener-Waterloo. Harris trying to make him pay the other way, and the floater's good. KW trying to control the pace here as it's Davis. Watched by Bodiford. Blazik floats it down low for Johnson. Turnaround one-hand look is off the mark. Johnson has missed his last 2 since coming into the game. Harris tries to cross over Blazik, but no luck. The A's trying to work the perimeter. Bodiford gets a screen that time from Tulloch. Bodiford puts up a chance for a 4-point play for Rick Bodiford. Referee had his arm up. I believe that should be 3 plus the foul. that, Harris going to check out, Cooper going to check in. Still nothing on the score clock, but could potentially be a 4-point play for Bodiford. Going to award him just the 1 point. It looked like it might have been close, and the ref had his arm up, but regardless, the 3-point play draws Orangeville back within 10. Tremar Sutherland set to check back into the game. Cooper hits wing, nice pass. Johnson gets fouled. Jefferson, the last second desperation move, picks up the foul, playing no layup defense.
Two players we haven't seen yet for the Titans are Ricky Tarrant and Hachim Beniad Sharif. Kind of interesting. I'm not sure if either of them are injured. I'm not sure if they're just riding the pine tonight. I'm not quite sure. But you know, you judge from past games, and you know, Ricky Tarrant is definitely a guy that kind of gives this team a little bit of energy. So I'm surprised not to see him out there if it isn't an injury. But I guess we'll find out later.
Yeah, Tarrant's been one of those guys who's been a top tier sub or a starter. Beniad Sharif's been someone who's received limited minutes this year, but very odd, you're right, to see Tarrant on the bench. Interesting to know if that's injury or just a matter of taking a seat. Slim McGee checking into the game for Orangeville. Tolik out. 14 on the shot clock after the foul. A wide open 3 in the corner for Bodiford, and he misses. And now Wing tries to find the ball in transition, and Blaza can't get to it. Bodiford once again an open lane of the hoop, but he misses. Misses the corner 3, wide open. A wide open drive to the hoop for the layup. Tough couple shots for him. Johnson thought about it. Blazik, the pump fake, back to Johnson, straightaway 3 off the mark. Titans have hit a scoring drought these past couple minutes, just 2 minutes to go in the quarter. As Bodiford once again misses another field goal. He's 0 for his last 3. Trying to force that pass to Johnson. He got 2 hands on it. It's going to go out of bounds.
See Cavell Johnson saying that was me that missed that. You know, definitely it goes for many sports. If you can get a hand on it, you should be able to catch it and do something with it there. Obviously that was a tough pass to handle, but he definitely should have been able to at least catch that ball.
Got 2 hands on it and right up against the baseline, but no one around him. Tipping. Excuse me, that's Bodiford, can't hit on another field goal. 0 for his last 4. He's pleading for a foul call. Hasn't gotten anything. Davis hits Blazik. 10 on the shot clock, so not a lot of time. Got to create some space here. Wants the screen from Cooper. Blazik puts up a tough shot and draws a foul.
Subbing for the Titans, number 33, Kevin Foster.
1:23 to go in the first. KW is led by as many as 15. We're up by 10 here is Blazik. Back to the free throw line. Blazik averaging around 15 points a game. He had 16 points in his last game, but just 0 for 3 from beyond the arc, something that's not like him. 85% free throw shooter, though, connects on both, restores the 12-point advantage for Kitchener-Waterloo. Tipping, lost the ball at his feet, diving for it. Tipping, hits DiLoretto up top. DiLoretto, the drive, and it looks like there was a foul on the floor. Indeed, that's going to go on Tremar Sutherland. DiLoretto again. As that pass go off his fingertips and out of bounds. Orangeville a bit too aggressive moving the ball there off the foul. They had lots of time on the shot clock. 56 seconds to go. Titans ball again. Try and gain some separation before halftime. Foster, Davis, 3-ball. No good. Cooper the rebound, a foul called. It'll be KW basketball. Gonna go on Dan Tulloch. No, my apologies, that's on Slim McGee. That's his first.
Free throws are something that the Titans have been able to clean up as of late. They're third in the league in free throw percentage. The last time they played here, that was definitely not the case, and arguably it cost them that game. But so far this game, they've been able to turn it around.
McGee the block on Blazik, and Orangeville a chance to counter the other way, trying to leave it for Slim McGee. DiLoretto open 3-ball, and he knocks it down. A bit of a mad scramble, and Orangeville able to pull back within single digits. The shot clock's off, so the Titans will get the last look of the first half. 45-36. Blazik controls. He has Foster to his left, Cooper in the post, then Shamar Sutherland and AJ Davis in the corners. Foster drives, loses it. It will stay KW basketball, but with 0.6 of a second on the clock. It looks like the clock ran for a bit, and they should maybe consider adding some time back up there. That's what Blazik wants, but before they do inbound the ball with 0.6 of a second left, Coach Langus wants to talk things over.
Yeah, the Titans need to make sure that they sort of end this on a good note here. They've had a good first half so far. Obviously 36 points for the A's, not exactly what they were looking for, but that's exactly what the Titans are looking for. As we talked earlier, the Titans have been brutal defensively, giving up 107 points per game. Right now they're on pace for a lot less than that, but it's a matter of whether or not they can keep that same pace. The Titans in their inaugural season, they've been able to really connect with the community here. As you can see, dancers, giveaways. The attendance hasn't been quite as expected. They were hoping for around 2,500 fans per game. It was less than 1,000 last game because of weather. And that was on a Tuesday night as well. Seems like a little bit more here tonight, but we saw before the game during a ceremony, $2,500 donation to the Kitchener Sports Association, as well as they've joined the bid for the 2021 Canada Summer Games, which Kitchener Waterloo is trying to host. So obviously, getting involved with the community has been important to them.
They tried to float it up top, and looks like Foster drew the foul. So they'll give it to him. A couple of free throws for Foster, and you're absolutely right, Adam. Connecting with the community, that's been a major key to success for many teams across the country in the National Basketball League of Canada, and especially here in the Waterloo region, where basketball and just the sports community overall just continues to grow, and tremendous idea of having the Canada Games right here. Still 0.6 of a second to go. This time Orangeville doesn't have a foul to give. And a clean block to end the first quarter. Foster was rejected by Bodiford. That'll do it for the first 2 quarters. KW led by as many as 15, but they'll take it. A 9-point lead at the break. 45-36, the Titans lead the A's. We'll be back with the second half in about 15 minutes. Second half underway here from the Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. Titans up 9 heading into the second half. They led by as many as 15, yes. Last game, they entered the third quarter trailing by 12. They ended up getting a go-ahead floater to drop from Adam Blazik. 5 seconds left on the clock. Tonight, they're in the driver's seat heading into the second half, but the last time the A's were here was first ever regular season game in Titans history. The A's came back in the second half and ultimately the fourth quarter won that game. Took the life out of the opening day crowd here on Boxing Day, but so far it's been the Titans. A new look tonight, of course. Those additions have paid dividends. Davis for 3, knocks it down.
Titans are now 6 for 14 from beyond the arc. Definitely an improvement from what they've seen on the past, and they've had some pretty clean shots. It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of good positioning, good passing, and a little bit of poor defense from the A's as well.
Poor defense and poor passing as well. Jefferson responds with the 3. So the lead cut right back down to 9. The A's really struggled out of the gates, only had 1 point in the first 6 minutes of the basketball game. Eventually they get some traction. You mentioned trail by as many as 15, but got things close in the second quarter again. Harris, the drive, and there it is. The blocking foul going to get called that time. It looks like it's on Moss, and it is. Moss, number 4 on him. That's big. The team's leading scorer, 22 points per game. The league's leading rebounder. Not to mention, he's at 24 plus points in his last 3 games. So wisely enough, Coach Lasovsky going to pull him to the bench. Dan Tulloch checking back in, the Canadian. Jamel Harris drops in. Number 1 was held to just 3 points his last game, but last time that the Titans were in Orangeville, he had 8. He'll get that 78% free throw percentage to climb here as he knocks down both. Restores that double-digit advantage. KW up 11. Harris, watched by Blazik. Tipping. And there it is. The illegal screen going to be called that time on Tulloch, who just came in for Moss, who started to get into foul trouble. Just a minute 25 into the second half and already 3 team fouls for the A's. Harris passed that one to the guy in the Laurier hoodie in the front row. Another turnover for the Titans. Jefferson, watched by Harris, gives back to Anthony Harris, his drive, and then Tulloch, the easy 2-hand finish. Blazik hits Davis for a deep 3-pointer, won't go, but he got fouled shooting the 3, it appears, or was it on the floor? Another foul on Tulloch. And indeed, that's a hold, so it's on the floor. A fresh 24 for the Titans. Blazik floats that one into Cooper. Wing the 3. Won't go. Cooper's made an impact, but haven't seen him go to those moves in the post quite just yet. Jefferson, the pump fake, hits Harris straight away 3. He can't get it to go. Cooper there for the board. Come the Titans in transition. Wing, Blazik, 3-ball. Got it. Adam Blazik keeps lighting it up from beyond the arc. Struggled shooting last game. He's the first Titan to hit double figures at 12. KW up 12. Tulloch along 2, tries to bank it in, but won't go. Davis with the right hand leaves it for Wing. Harris, long 2. off the mark. Bodiford. Jefferson looks to work around him. Harris, another triple. He can't get it to fall. KW enjoying a smooth scoring pace to start this second half. Davis blows by him, but the illegal screen going to be called that time. Goes on Paul Cooper. Cooper, his second of the game. 6 rebounds, knocked down both his shots so far from the floor. Harris has been the motor so far today for for Orangeville. That time, he'll pick up the assist. Another big two-hand flush from Daniel Tulloch. Pulls Orangeville back within 10. Davis, nice hesitation, creates some space in the paint, but stolen by Tulloch. And then Blazek gets tangled up in transition. Blazek will pick up foul number 1. Terrell Johnson will check in. Cooper hit the bench.
The one area that the A's have been successful offensively is in the paint. They have 26 points from inside the paint. Obviously, the Titans haven't been that strong defensively in terms of blocks. They're usually able to block the ball and avoid getting those fouls, but they seem a little bit hesitant to get those blocks at risk of getting those fouls.
Certainly seems like they have held off a bit. A team that's one of the top in the league at shot blocks per game, and the Titans haven't seen many of them tonight. Davis somehow gets through the D, but misfires on the layup. Orangeville with numbers the other way. Bodiford, corner 3, knocks it down. Langus wants a timeout. That lead that was as big as 12 just moments ago has dwindled down to 7 with 7:38 to go. In the third quarter, the Titans came out firing to start. They even got one of the top scorers in the league in a foul trouble in Justin Moss. Now the A's will start to make them pay in transition, and their will to score in the paint has been what's been keeping this game remotely close.
Exactly. Yeah, they've been aggressive, and you look at the Titans, and it's been pretty much the opposite. The Titans have taken a lot of their chances from the outside, and they haven't necessarily driven to the basket. Luckily tonight, their shooting percentage has been good, and that's been on their side. But if they hit a cold streak where their shooting just goes south, that could be a problem for them. Not being aggressive enough to actually get close enough to the basket to get those layups.
Terrell Johnson, we've seen him settle for some outside looks early on. Paul Cooper, we haven't really seen him gone to work in the post. And Foster, the new addition, who's also been looking like a jump shooter so far early on. Kind of wonder if that's something that Coach Langus wanted to put into effect, or that's something that the team's taken on their own, because it's very interesting to not see those guys try to see what they can do in the paint scoring-wise.
Exactly, and it could be because the Titans have had a lot of offensive fouls. That could be part of the reason, or it could be like we were talking earlier, just a little bit more of a balanced approach and just finding the open man, right? And most of the time, the open man's going to be somewhere outside of the paint. If you're inside the paint, you're probably covered by somebody.
Lineup for the Titans out of the timeout: Jamel Harris, Adam Blazek, Adam Wing, AJ Davis, Cavell Johnson, probably the big man in the middle. Jamison Tipping, Rick Bodiford, Dan Tulloch, Rahir Jefferson, and Anthony Harris back out of the huddle for the A's. Come with that pressure, Rahir Jefferson got some fingertips on that pass to Blazek, but KW maintaining possession. Blazek pull up 3, knocks it down. Rolled out to his left, got some space, drills the triple, and restores that double-digit Kitchener-Waterloo advantage. Jefferson thought about responding, tipping the pump fake. Harris, drive the pass to the right hand, tipping, corner 3, no good. Davis trying to slow the pace here. No press. Full court that time. Wing open three. Knocks it down. Blazik and Wing back-to-back triples. And KW up 13. Tipping with the float pass. Finds Tulloch. Leaves it for Jefferson. Jefferson against Johnson. Pass and the finish. Tulloch, the left-hand finish, the York University product out of Mississauga. Drops in the 2. .11 points tonight for Dan Tulloch. 3 rebounds shy of a double-double. Blocking foul going to be called there on Jamel Harris, who was well away from the play. Harris has been eating up the glass. 11 rebounds, just 1 point shy of a double-double himself. He is forced to take a seat on the bench.
Yeah, Harris has definitely turned it on this game. I was just looking up. He's only averaging about 5 rebounds per game, so he's definitely stepped up his game in that regard, and that's definitely helped out his team.
Slicing his way through traffic, Anthony Harris drops it in. It seems like the Titans have just maintained that lead right around that 9 to 12 point mark, and Davis stepped out of bounds in the corner. Another KW turnover. That's their 17th of the ball game. Limiting the damage. That's what you need to do. Harris throws up a difficult shot and gonna get it to go. He wanted a foul, but Harris off the glass and in. It's the closest they've been in the half. Orangeville down 7. Davis pump fake in the corner. The drive, right-hand floater, gets it to drop. Beautiful move from AJ Davis. Slashing through the paint. Lead back to 9 for Kitchener. Jefferson gets the drop. Blazik trying to slow down that pace. Watched by Bodiford. Foster was looking for the screen. Blazik gets some room, thought about it into the corner. Davis, separation. The baseline jumper's good. Adam Wing ends up coming away with the basketball. Blazik in all alone, but got some fingertips on it, but wisely just tried to slow the play down. 4.5 minutes to go. Foster, turnaround, one-hand shot, can't get the friendly bounce. Orangeville holding in, only down 9. McGee leaves it for Bodiford. Jefferson from the free throw line knocks it down. Once again, that ties Orangeville for the closest they've been in the third quarter, 7 points. Troy Joseph, Enrico DiLoretto, Greg Morrow, all set to check back in. Adam Blazik knocks down the deep three-pointer. Once again, restoring that double-digit lead for KW.
Adam Blazik is now 4 for 6 from beyond the arc. He's definitely on fire. So if the Titans can sort of pick him out and find him some open space, he can definitely add to this lead very, very quickly with those 3-pointers.
So of course, DiLoretto Joseph coming back in, but a mass substitution for KW. The Sutherland brothers, along with Cooper and Morrow, also checking into the game. Foster will stay in, so 2 big men for KW, and Foster and Cooper on the courts. Corner, and the 3 is good. Anthony Harris. Lead down to 7 again. Just haven't been able to get past that. Foster, the hard drive, and he continues to grind it out in the paint. He'll earn himself yet another trip to the free throw line. Foster, and it'll be his 3rd trip of the ball game. Second foul on Jefferson. The 2nd highest scorer on the A's. Foster ends up going 0 for 2 from the free throw line. A loose ball is going to lead to another Kitchener-Waterloo possession, a fresh shot clock too. So with 3:16 to go in the third quarter. KW to inbound. Short pass was looking for Cooper, but right into the hands of Anthony Harris. Harris tries to float that one across into the paint, and Cooper seemed to swat that one away. He did. Rejection on Troy Joseph. Tramar Sutherland trying to go end to end, but only problem is he tried to go through 2 red jerseys. And it'll still be Kitchener-Waterloo basketball, 18 on the shot clock. Both players that time settling for very low percentages, results in back-to-back block shots. Tremik, watched by Harris, spins away from trouble. As Foster up top, but hits Tremik. Morrow's corner 3 was way off the mark, right into the hands of McGee. Harris, the right-hand dribble, gets tied up with Tramar Sutherland. Ball finds its way to Jefferson. DiLoretto against Morrow. Back up top to Harris as they slow things down with 5 on the shot clock. Harris, 3 ball, well short, an air ball.
Seen some questionable shots on both sides here. A little bit of sloppy shooting.
Things have changed, it seems, pace-wise and scoring-wise. Past few minutes of this third. Morrow. It's Tremik. Shot clock down to 5. Tremik has to put up a long 2. Can't get it to go. Loose ball. Cooper almost got 2 hands on it, but it's Harris who comes away with it. Harris leaves it for DiLoretto. DiLoretto the drive, the nice pass to McGee, gets it to go, plus the foul. Slim McGee heads to the free throw line and a chance to pull the A's back within 4. McGee hadn't made a whole lot of noise tonight. That was his first attempt from the field. Sutherland starts to run in trouble, hits Cooper, 5 on the shot clock. Watched by McGee. Cooper tries to do it himself, loses the ball, and last touch by Cooper, so a turnover forced. Minute 20 to go in third. Relier Jefferson. Anderson. They work it around. DiLoretto, the baseline drive, right hand, throws it all the way up. Can't get it to go. Morrow trying to push in transition. Hits Tramar Sutherland. Sutherland pass across to Foster. Luckily finds Cooper. He gets tied up with DiLoretto. Sutherland, corner 3. Off the mark. And he tomahawk chops it, was looking for a Tremik Sutherland. But instead goes first row courtside. The result in Orangeville basketball. A foul in the corner. Looks like it's going to go on Foster before the 3 ball was taken. Indeed, that'll bring Harris back into the game. He's playing with 2 fouls, but that's number 4 tonight on Foster. Just 1 for 5 from the field tonight for him, and getting into foul trouble, not the debut he wanted. Relier Jefferson draws the foul on the jumper, and 2 free throws coming up for him. Jefferson spent time with the Delaware 87ers, NBA D-League team for Philadelphia. The younger brother of Rondé Hollis Jefferson, who spent last year with the Brooklyn Nets. Jefferson, 80% so far from the line this year, hits number 1. Davis tries to cut all the way through and get a pair of free throws as he heads to the free throw line. There's 12 seconds to go in the quarter. It's gonna go on Slim McGee, just his second foul of the game. Davis this year is 84% from the free throw line. Off the mark on number 2. And the foul called. It looks like it's on Paul Cooper. It is. Number 3 tonight on Cooper. And the rotation will continue as Cavell Johnson will come in to relieve him of his duties at center. And how things have really changed here. Titans were sitting comfortably with a double-digit lead for the majority of this period. But now, Jefferson stepping to the line, a chance to make it just a 1-point game.
Yeah, this is definitely where the Titans sort of need to step back and take a look at where this game is and what they need to do. It sort of goes without saying, but they need to sort of nip this in the bud here and turn this around and get a little bit more of a lead and really clean up their defense as well.
5.8 seconds to go. You can hear Coach Lasovsky asking for just one stop. The chance to head to the fourth, somehow down just one possession. Shamar Sutherland drive, kick out, Davis contested 3, can't hit it at the buzzer. And after leading by as many as 15, Kitchener-Waterloo heads to the final 12 minutes with a lead of 2. We also talked about this one before the game, Adam, kind of a flip of the script, I guess you could say. So far this year, the Titans have outscored their opponents 262 to 221 in the fourth quarter, but the first 3, they've been outscored 737 to 648. So on average, they usually enter the fourth down 10, but then outscore their opponents by 5 in the fourth quarter. But things have certainly changed here today. What was an incredible start defensive-wise. Offensively, things started to pick up in the second quarter, but in the third, the A's, they simply grinded away. Nothing flashy or nothing too quick, but all of a sudden they're right back in this ball game. Yeah, and that's something, speaking to Serge Langus in the past, whether it's after a win or after a loss, he always repeats that the team gets a little bit too comfortable when things stay the same. The team gets a little bit too comfortable when they hold the lead for too long, or they get a little bit too comfortable when they are in a deficit for too long as well. So hopefully this will be a point where they kind of realize, hey, we obviously can't be doing what we were doing so far in this or in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter, and turn things around. It's definitely a concern, and it's really up to Langus to turn these guys around and have them focus on the next 12 minutes. And that'll be the difference maker we mentioned. This is the second time the A's have come here to Kitchener. First time they spoiled the party on Boxing Day, and first ever KW Titans game in franchise history. The fourth quarter comeback, the A's came away with the 1-0 record. And this A's team has just one win on the road this season, and that was the one on Boxing Day. Seems like the odd has been a home away from home for Orangeville. 67-65. The Titans lead heading into the final 12 minutes of this one. Jamar Sutherland, Jamel Harris, Cavell Johnson, Greg Morrow, and AJ Davis on the court. Boy, it is the A's who get the ball to start the final period. Nick Wiggins cuts through, gets it to drop, and Wiggins, with his first points of the evening, ties the game at 67. The first time they've tied since 0-0. Windsor has not led today. Davis, right-hand floater, puts it up off the window, and in he'll get it to drop. Looked like that one could have gone either way, a block or a charge. But it's DiLoretto who gets called for the blocking foul. You saw he was upset with the call. But AJ Davis a chance at a three-point play. He's one of the leading scorers this year for KW, 15 a game. At a season high at the WFCU Center a week ago, 24. Off the missed free throw, a chance for KW to tack on more. Johnson, long two, no good. Swats it out. Davis has it, a fresh 24. A chance for a fourth field goal attempt in one possession. Davis, the floater, he'll get it to drop, but a travel called. Don't count the basket. A lot of things you like there. Getting the offensive rebounds, that's one thing that the Titans have done well this season, is generating second chances, but that there is one of the bigger problems, is actually converting on those and getting those second chance points.
Yeah, the second chance points tonight, they only have three, compared to the A's, who have 10 tonight. That's definitely a big part of their game, and I think that boils down to them not being in the paint enough.
Wiggins tries one from beyond the arc, but way off the mark. Now Davis looks a push. Gets the screen from Harris. Davis thought about it, watched tightly by DiLoretto. Morrow now with 10 on the shot clock. Greg Morrow tries to drive baseline. Harris, Davis, and it looked like Harris stepped out on the baseline, and he did. And that will lead the 22nd turnover of the night for the Titans. Wiggins getting a lot of minutes in the last few stages of this one. DiLoretto, the drive, can't finish. Second try, also no good from Tulloch. Third opportunity, though, coming for Orangeville. And the blocking foul going to be called there. It looks like it's going on Davis, and it is. He's not happy with the call. Jake Anderson heading to the line.
Adam Blazek does definitely a sight for sore eyes for the Titans, trying to get some points back up on the board. He's been on fire from beyond the arc, going 4 for 6 tonight, and field goals. He's 6 for 10. Definitely, well, obviously the leading scorer for the Titans tonight with 18 points. Hopefully he can get some work in and get some points up for the Titans, and get them a decent margin lead.
It certainly has to be Coach Langus showing some desperation here to get the scoring rolling again. Of course, Blazek, as you mentioned, leading scorer with 18. 4 for 6 from beyond the arc. Misses the layup. Johnson, the offensive rebound, the score. Make it 5 second chance points. The offensive rebound starting to pile up for KW. They've got 11. DiLoretto to Joseph. Joseph one-on-one with Davis, floats it back up top, Wiggins. Wiggins throws it up, and getting a piece of that one appeared to be Harris. It'll still be Orangeville basketball. 9:34 to go in the fourth, but 6 on the shot clock. Right off the inbound, quick jumper from Tulloch, no good. And then stepping out of bounds on the baseline was Anderson with KW basketball. Once again, the A's are back at it tomorrow, taking on the Express. Meanwhile, Titans will get a day off here at home before they welcome the Lightning back Thursday evening. Blazik, Davis, the pump fake. Nice drive in the finish. Textbook that time from A.J. Davis. He hits 15 points on the evening. The transition 3, no good. Anderson couldn't get it to drop. Orangeville looking in desperation now. Morrow, a beautiful move at the hoop in midair. Makes the adjustment to get the finish. And now that lead up to 7 for KW. They're starting to get a little more breathing room. Alley-oop underneath. A nice pass into the corner for Anderson. Anderson tries to go around Morrow. Step back 2, gets it to drop. What a shot from Jake Anderson. Morrow again, fresh off the layup. Blazik, the pump fake, moves out to his right. So he's been dangerous, looking for the assist on the Davis 3, no good. A's in transition, pushing all the way across. DiLoretto stepped out of bounds in the corner, and he slams the ball in frustration. Couple substitutions. Moss, Tipping, Harris all back in for Orangeville. Wing back into the game, Kitchener-Waterloo. Moore, after a good stretch on the floor, will take a seat on the bench. Johnson into the corner. Davis works around him, throws up the one-hand look, and he'll get the friendly roll. A.J. Davis continuing to roll on the scoring train. 17 points for him. Of course, coming off that 19-point performance in the victory against the Express. Jefferson the response. Back to a 4-point game, and Orangeville has been right there ever since the midway point of that third quarter. They've trailed by as many as 15 in this one. Blazik tried to hit wing, but the turnover. Blazik a bit too much there, trying to back down in the post, and the no-look pass out of his reach. That'll bring Paul Cooper back into the game. Harris will check out. Cooper playing with 3 fouls. Foster is 4. So limited to give as far as the big men goes for Coach Langus. Bodiford. Jefferson watched by Johnson. Back to Harris. He's been lethal today, 11 points. Jump shot won't go. Johnson there for the board. Blazik trying to get a screen from Cooper. Takes the inside route, throws it up, but won't go. Bodiford rolling out to his right, cuts through the defense, floater no good. A loose ball, it didn't hit the rim, so no fresh shot clock as Tipping got to that rebound. Tipping tried from 3-point land, also no good. And down on the floor, Johnson almost on top of Jefferson. Finally 2 are back up, and Titans try and create a scoring play. Need one here, only up 3. Davis, nice pass inside for Johnson, and he drew the foul from Jefferson.
definitely seen a transition from the Titans here. We were talking earlier about how they were taking all their opportunities from the outside. Now, especially late in this fourth quarter, you can see them really driving to the hoop, and you know, it's hard to say if they're trying to pick up those fouls, but they're definitely being successful if they are.
Wing rattles in the three, restores that 7-point Titans advantage inside the 6-minute mark. Moss pulls up, can't connect. Justin Moss, I mentioned it, coming into this one averaging about 22, 23 points per game. 0 for 8 from the field today. He has yet to find the score sheet and playing with 4 fouls. So a rough day at the office for Justin Moss, and one of the big reasons that this Orangeville team has struggled. And they'll continue to as Osofsky calls a timeout, 80-73. The Titans have the lead.
The Titans shooting tonight has been pretty good. You look at the percentages; they're around 45-46 in terms of field goals and 3-pointers. That's definitely helped them out, especially as we were talking earlier. You know, shooting from the outside and you know, getting those points.
Orangeville hasn't had that same success. They've attempted an extra 13 field goals, but hit one less than Kitchener-Waterloo have. 28 for 76. And Justin Moss has put a big dent in that number. 0 for 8 we mentioned from the field. 4 fouls, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists. And this is a guy who's averaging 22.5 points a game and leads the league in rebounding. Had 24 points and 15 rebounds the last time they played the Titans. He had 25 points in their last game that lost to the Island Storm. Moss has been one of their guys this year, and so far tonight hasn't been able to contribute at all. He's back on the floor though with over 5.5 minutes to go here in the final quarter. Davis and draws the foul from Anthony Harris. Harris looks like he got caught tied up with him. 5th team foul on the A's, so won't have another one to give. Shot clock displayed at 14. Cooper called for the travel right off the inbounds. Looked like he put both feet down right away. The A's try and catch a break. Harris falls to the floor, loose ball. Cooper gets to it and leaves it for Blazek. Blazek tries to go one-on-one, puts it up. He can't get it to go, but the foul called there. It's gonna go on Relier Jefferson. He looks like he got both feet down outside the restricted circle. But it is Blazek who wins that battle, gets the call.
That was a very good athletic play by Paul Cooper there to get down and get that ball to Blazek. That's definitely important work down low, just scrambling on that ball and maintaining possession.
5 minutes, 20 seconds left in the fourth. The Titans have never won a game in regulation on their home courts. Only victory, of course, that overtime thriller against London. Blazek, the 85% free throw shooter. 16 points last game. Went 0 for 3 from beyond the arc, however, today. Anything but that. The most threes by anybody on the floor by far. 4 for 6 from beyond the arc, as that puts him over the 20-point plateau and puts KW up 9. Moss trying to get something going. He struggled all over the floor today. Moss, the spin move, can't get it to go, but he'll earn a trip to the free throw line. foul is on Cooper. He's playing with 4 now. Moss was the 2015 Mid-American Conference Player of the Year with the Buffalo Bulls. I mentioned the leading rebounder in the league, averaging about 10 a game, but at 18 in that last game versus KW. Gets his first points of the evening, and it comes less than 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Wing thought about it, and then a foul going to be called there. It looks like a reach going to be called that time on Harris. No, it's going to go on Bodiford. Bodiford picks up his second. He's had 14 points tonight. And indeed, with that foul, Coach Lasovsky wants to talk things over. 4:53 to go. Fourth quarter. Orangeville only one victory away from their home courts. 4 for 4 overall in the season. The Titans at 3-6 just snapped that 3-game losing streak last Wednesday at the WFCU Center. Out of the timeout, of course, the Titans have the advantage shooting free throws the rest of the way. Cooper stepping to the line. First free throw attempts. Mention also Cooper making his first appearance here at the Odd. That's his 4th appearance all season after was injury riddled to begin the campaign, and then almost steal from Davis off the inbounds. Titans are going to bring that full court pressure again with Blazek and Wing up there. Harris tries to blow by him. The floater is no good. Davis couldn't get 2 hands on it. A fresh 24. Tipping. Bodiford blocked by Johnson. Cavell got up there, but the ball finds the A's again. 10 on the shot clock. Johnson right up there to stop him. The double team, the nice trap. They're able to escape, but this time Johnson forces the turnover. A good defensive stand from Cavell Johnson. 4 minutes to go. Kitchener-Waterloo up 8. A.J. Davis wants some help from Blazek. 20 points for him tonight. Cooper has to put a shot up, 1 on the shot clock. Got it up, but way off the mark. Didn't look like he had any idea how much time was left on the 24 seconds. Bodiford cuts through the D. Pull up from the free throw line is short. It's a bad looking stroke that time from Bodiford. 3.5 to go. Adam Blazek, he's been the spark plug tonight for this offense. Cuts through the D, left hand, won't get it to roll. Looks like it was almost swatted off the rim, and then Davis flies through. The 2-hand baseline jam from A.J. Davis. KW back up double digits with authority. Harris throws up the difficult shot. It will result in 2 free throws. It's going to go against Blazek, but the crowd's still buzzing. What a throwdown from A.J. Davis.
Yeah, A.J. Davis has really thrown it on in this second half, mostly in the fourth quarter. He seems to know what's on the line here. He seems to know that his team, not necessarily now, they have a 10-point lead, but his team is struggling, and he really stepped up and drove to the net and was able to put up some really tough but some really athletic points as well.
Harris, a 63% free throw shooter this year. Knocks down the second, 85-77 KW. Coach Langus wants to talk things over. 3:08 to go, Adam. It's somewhat about holding on, but it's not necessarily the mentality you want to have. You still have to be aggressive out there and look to be aggressive and force something to happen, or else you get caught sitting on your heels against a strong team like Orangeville. They're going to make you pay.
Exactly. Yeah, this team, like they do really need to focus on keeping the same consistency. It's hard to hear yourself in here right now. They have to focus on keeping that same consistency and keeping that intensity as well. They cannot sit back at all. And like I said earlier, that's something that Serge Langus has preached to these guys. Keep that same intensity. Don't get too comfortable, and make sure that you just play textbook basketball.
The crowd's starting to come alive here in the fourth quarter. 3:08 to go, and the odd starting to get a little louder. 85-77, KW with the advantage.
Yeah, the Titans are back here on Thursday taking on the London Lightning. Tip-off for that game is at 7 p.m. And then after that, guess where they're going? Right to Orangeville on Sunday for a 3 p.m. tip-off. So definitely not over. This game's definitely not over between these two teams, and yeah, they'll get to continue it on Sunday.
Ben Kitchener just one day off before they're back here. As you mentioned, Thursday against the Lightning. Orangeville, they're also starting a back as well. Right after this game, they head to Windsor. They continue 401 as they take on the two-time champions tomorrow evening at the WFCU Center. Inside the 3-minute mark, Cooper in the post. Cooper, kick out, Johnson, corner, 3 from Wing is good! Adam Wing knocks it down, KW up 11, and then Blazek forces the turnover. Davis wants to slow the pace down. They have some breathing room, 2.5 minutes to go. Davis almost slips, but he stepped out of bounds. Right along the sideline. Davis, coming off that electrifying slam, turns the ball over. Orangeville down, but certainly not out. Trailing by 11, tipping against Johnson. Up top, Jefferson. Leaves it in the corner for Harris. Harris cut through the D. Shot was blocked. And last touch by Paul Cooper, so just 6 seconds on the shot clock. Still Orangeville basketball. Harris inbounding. Harris better hurry. Quick feed, Jefferson scores. 9-point game, 2 minutes to go. Blazek cuts against the grain. Slow things down, wants to eat up all that shot clock. Davis spins in the paint, fadeaway 2, won't go. Orangeville looking to keep chipping away. Harris and the charge, offensive foul against Anthony Harris. Adam Blazek. He can shoot, and you can also take the charge. With 1:38 to go, the costly offensive foul against Anthony Harris. And KW gets the ball back at such a crucial time.
Yeah, definitely taking one for the team in that situation, and making sure that you sell it as well. Yeah, definitely like hands down Adam Blazek, player of the game so far for the Titans. Nobody else has really stepped up yet, but yeah, he's put up the points, and he's played both sides of the ball as well.
Swiping up the moisture right around the free throw line. Cavell Johnson getting in there as well. The energy in the air here at the odd. Blazek tries to cut all the way through. Johnson out to a wing, wide open three. There's the dagger, folks. Adam Wing knocks down the triple. 91-79. KW takes the lead. A huge three from Wing. Gets the lead up to 12. Tipping gets the lead back down to 10. But it shouldn't matter anymore, folks. Titans continue to wind down the clock. Davis, three won't go, but right back into the hands of Wing. And they can wind another 24 off of it. The odds starting to come alive. They keep winding the clock down. Davis looking to get one more shot off. The right-hand floater is blocked. The A's going to push in transition. Bodiford scores. But still a 5.9 second differential game clock, shot clock. Some confusion here. It looks like the Titans had called a timeout, and indeed Coach Lankus certainly did. Up 8, 91-83. Trying to make sure this one doesn't slip away, but it appears Adam Wing hits the dagger.
It's hard to pick out negative things for the Titans in this game, but one thing that stands out is 24 turnovers in this game. That is something that has plagued them this season. Luckily, the Orangeville A's have only been able to come up with about 20 points off of those turnovers, but it's definitely something that they will need to address and get that number down. That 24, to be able to win and have 24 turnovers, it's a good thing. but that number should be down a little bit lower for this team.
You're right, that's something that certainly has plagued them since day one, has been the turnovers, something that of course comes with a new team, but when you're scoring 27 off turnovers of your own, they've been able to compensate for that. But talk about the performance. Adam Blazek, Adam Wing, combined 9 for 12 from beyond the arc. And they combined 35 points in this one, just 3 Titans in double figures. They've got the job done. Looks like they're going to hold Orangeville to under 90 points as well. Low-scoring affair. Johnson draws the foul in the late stages, and of course, KW shooting free throws the rest of the way.
Thursday's matchup against the London Lightning should be an interesting one as well. I won't be here, but my friend Dan Polishchuk will be back doing the color commentary. Definitely will be an interesting matchup with London looking to capitalize on these Titans as well.
And the Lightning, one of those teams, of course, lots of history. Johnson picks up the rejection in the final seconds and gets the crowd loud again, but going back to London, it's a team that KW has played very well this season. They've had 2 games go to overtime, 1 regular season, 1 exhibition. That back-to-back weekend series, Johnson wants to pad his stats, get another block.
I was talking to assistant coach Mike Quigley after the last game against London, and in Kitchener here, we're at the home of the Kitchener Rangers, obviously a hockey town here. The Kitchener Rangers and the London
Knights,
there we go. The London Knights do not like each other, and talking to him, he said that's something that we try to emphasize with them, that Kitchener does not like London, and we've seen that in those games so far. They've been close games, they've been hotly contested, and definitely entertaining for the fans as well.
Tipping fouls Davis intentionally with 6 seconds to go. Davis brought in potentially the highlight of the game. Got the offensive rebound, the long rebound in the corner. Drove baseline for the big two-hand throwdown. Davis puts it in. Pull up three. Can't get it to go. Harris hangs on. And for the first time in franchise history, the Titans pull one out in 48 minutes. They have done it in overtime before at the Auditorium, but now they've done it at home in regulation. They beat the A's by double digits. They came hot out of the gate, something that didn't seem to be a popular theme at all in the early stages of the season for KW, but they did it, and it paid immediate dividends on the scoreboard.
Definitely, and a large part of that was Adam Blazek. How about his performance tonight? 20 points up on the board, 4 for 6 from beyond the arc, 6 for 12 from inside, and obviously 4 for 4 in free throws. Definitely a big part of this, and you know, as we saw later in this game, you know, playing the defensive part of the ball well as well.
Not to mention Justin Moss of the Orangeville A's. We talked about him to be a player to watch. At 24 plus points in his last 3 games, the leading rebounder and the team's leading scorer. He went 0 for 8 from the field, just 2 points the whole game. And the Titans, 93-83. They improve to 4-6. They'll be back on Thursday when they host the London Lightning. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another edition of the National Basketball League of Canada. For Adam Jackson, I'm Ian Jodry, and good night from the Odd.